Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer ahead to learn more. See you this summer.
This summer, serve up the cookout classics, Kraft mayo and dressing. Toss green salads with delicious ranch dressing or zesty Italian. Serve smooth, craveably creamy potato salads with mayo. We all know it's not a cookout without Kraft.
Welcome to the Sportsman's Voice Roundup, your weekly look at conservation and sporting community news happening across the nation and on the Hill. Thanks for tuning in. This is the TSV Roundup. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Sportsman's Voice Roundup for the week of May 4th, 2026. May the 4th be with you. I couldn't help it. Everyone is celebrating, so why not get in on the gag there? This week, our lead story comes from the Hill. The House has passed an updated farm bill, and the Senate is set to begin work. That lead story will come to us here in a little bit. But first, let us check the rest of the headlines from across the nation. IP28 back in the news. This time, it looks like some bad news here as Oregon's IP28 inches closer to ballot, threatening hunters, anglers, trappers, ranchers, and anybody else that likes to eat meat, keep pests out of their home, train their dogs, and so on. This is known as the People for Elimination of Animal Cruelty Exemptions Act, the PEACE Act. And like I said, it threatens to criminalize longstanding traditions of hunting, fishing, trapping, farming, and even pest control by removing critical exemptions from Oregon's animal cruelty statutes. I'd invite you to go back on previous feature episode of the podcast where we got into this in great detail with Marie Newmiller and Amy Patrick of the Oregon Hunters Association. Really good conversation. Get to know about the opposition, what they are all about, who they are, what motivates them, drugs. Again, you can go check that out. That's not a lie. So tune in to that one and learn more. Virginia's 2026 legislative session recap. Just a slew of bad gun bills. If you were watching the national news, this was all over the place with the new administration in there pulling fast ones on people. So not great news there in Virginia. CSF priority hunting access legislation clears the South Carolina Senate and nears final passage. Legislative efforts to ensure a no net loss of hunting and fishing access should be embraced by all. And as it is a top priority for the South Carolina Legislative Sportsmen's Caucus during the 25-26 legislative sessions, this looks to be a positive step. CSF supported Save America's Family Forest Act has been introduced. That act recognizes the investments landowners make in managing their forest land by modernizing the tax code to provide tax relief quicker and to account for inflation. Finally, in Minnesota, legislature makes crossbow inclusion in archery season permanent. That's great news. Expanding the opportunities for sportsmen and women to hunt with horizontal bows ensures that they may continue to pursue their favorite game species despite age or injury, preventing their use of traditional vertical bows. And don't forget to vote for conservation. Please vote today for Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium. Wonders of Wildlife is once again nominated for the America's Best Aquarium. And as stated last week, if you've never been and you're in the Springfield, Missouri area, do yourself a favor, stop in and take a walk through the museum. The store obviously is great, but there's so much history and just natural history to be seen there in Wonders of Wildlife. And everyone in the family will enjoy it. If you have even an interest in natural history, you don't have to be a sporting individual. Just to see all the cool dioramas and taxidermy critters, full body mounts, it's fantastic. So make sure you go vote. You can support conservation by voting daily through May 11th at wondersofwildlife.org/vote. Again, that's wondersofwildlife.org/vote. All right, let's get to the lead story here. Our lead story author and reporter is Kent Keene. And unfortunately, Kent is under the weather, so you guys get to hear from me. But this is a positive uh, movement in the right direction here, finally. Um, as one of the most wide reaching pieces of legislation worked on by Congress, the Farm Bill contains many key provisions important to sportsmen and women, as well as wildlife conservation. The private lands provision contained within the Farm Bill's conservation title create tremendous opportunities to promote wildlife habitat management. And thanks to programs like VPA-HIP, public hunting and angling access on private lands, the passage of the updated Farm Bill by the U.S. House of Representatives represents a significant step toward the enactment of a full Farm Bill since the last one expired in 2023. So the highlights on this one coming on April 30th is when the House voted 224 to 200 to pass H.R. 7567, the Farm, Food, and National Security Act of 2026, otherwise referred to as the 26 Farm Bill. If passed by Congress, 7567 would be the first full Farm Bill passed by Congress since the last iteration expired 3 years ago. Included in this bill are several key conservation and public access programs championed by CSF and our partners. While many provisions continue successful programs, H.R. 7567 included the Forest Conservation Easement Program that CSF and partners have been championing for years. After hours of debate on the floor of the House of Representatives, the Farm Bill officially passed out of the House and is set to the Senate. The bill will now be sent to the Senate, where Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus co-chair and chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Forestry, Senator John Bozeman of Arkansas, will work with his colleagues to see that the Farm Bill is reauthorized. As previously reported, several key conservation provisions related to the Farm Bill were previously adopted through 2025's One Big Beautiful Act. This iteration of the Farm Bill includes those changes, but it also makes other key updates and authorizations, including the reauthorization of the Conservation Reserve Program. The original is still one of the most impactful private land conservation programs in the nation. 7567 also includes the Forest Conservation Easement Program, a top priority for CSF and partners that will provide forest landowners the opportunity to enroll forested property and easements for conservation purposes while maintaining the ability to implement active forest management practices. Finally, and related to the Farm Bill's conservation title, the U.S. Department of Ag recently announced the availability of funding for a key program known as the Voluntary Public Access Habitat Incentives Program, VPA-HIP. That program supplies grants to state and tribal fish and wildlife agencies to create and support programs that provide public access on participating private lands. Through these programs, landowners voluntarily agree to provide public access and in return receive financial incentives and technical assistance related to the quality of wildlife habitat. Across the country, VPA-HIP has helped increase access and opportunity in many states while boasting high participation and satisfaction and a strong return on investment. If you go to the EPUB of this, a bunch of in-article links, you can learn more about VPA-HIP. There's a link there. You can learn more about the recently announced availability on funding from the Department of Ag and all the other acts and programs. And you can learn more and do deeper dives. That's good, positive momentum. Now the Senate's got to do their part. And hopefully we can finally get a farm bill passed. We'll find out, and we will report, and you will hear from Kent Keene and probably senior Vice President Taylor Schmitz on this. This is a big team effort here, along with community partners to get this done. So stay tuned. That's going to be the short and sweet of it this week. We're back to turkey hunting. Not completely. Plenty of work being done. There's still states in session. Still turkeys to be chased and had. So if you're doing so, be safe and good luck to you for those that still have tags in their pockets. We're just underway here in the Northeast. Make sure you're keeping up with this show. Last week, we dropped a fantastic feature with Dr. Mike Chamberlain talking about turkeys, talking about Turkey DNA Project, all things turkey, habitat, pressures on the bird, state of turkey populations and the health of that population. It's a really interesting conversation, as it always is with the good doctor. And he is the foremost authority on wild turkey biology, wild turkey management. So go back, tune in for that. Listen to it on the way to a turkey hunt. Listen on the way home from a successful turkey hunt. You're definitely going to learn some things and just, have your eyes opened to a lot of the stuff in the turkey world, especially these multicolored birds and the DNA project and what that all entails. So fascinating stuff. We got a host of great programming coming up with our feature episodes. Lots to celebrate as we roll into the 250th birthday of this great nation, heading into July 4th. So stand by for that. We got a lot of great guests on the docket for you, and some really great content, history, current events. Trust me, you're going to love what's coming, and you're going to want to share it around. All right, that's it for this show. We will see you guys next Wednesday, and then next Thursday for our feature, where we are talking about right to hunt and fish, constitutional amendment in Colorado. I got a couple great guests lined up for you there, and you can learn more by tuning in. As always, CSF is your inside connection to outdoor legislation. Have a safe one, and we'll see you next week. So long. Thanks for joining us on this edition of the Sportsman's Voice podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, your support is crucial, and you can help us out right now by leaving a review, filling in those 5 stars where available, sharing this episode with friends and family, and engaging with us socially. CSF can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Together, we can protect the outdoor sports we love and continue to keep you informed wherever you are. That's it for this week. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.